Good afternoon, Washington friends. So it's Miss Pringle again with another read aloud. This time I'm reading a book called Bully by Judith Caseley. I think bullying is a very important topic to talk about because bullying is wrong. No one should be a bully and no one should have to be bullied. Bullying can cause people to think and feel things that they don't want to think and feel. It makes them feel sad, mad, lonely, abandoned. It can make them think bad things about themselves when everyone is so special and everyone is so unique. And the bully themselves sometimes is feeling sad and angry and upset and doesn't know what to do with those feelings. But we actually want to make each other feel uplifted and be friendly and kind and caring, which is the opposite of bullying. So I'm going to read this book, and I just hope that everyone reflects on what bullying is and why it's wrong and why we here at Washington, and even once we leave Washington, should strive to be friends and not bullies. Bully by Judith Caseley. Mickey and Long John met their friends at the park. Troy and Ann were playing catch. Jessica was climbing the monkey bars. Jack was sliding head first down the slide. Watch me, Jack called to his mother. She didn't see you, Long John told him. She was changing the baby. Who cares, said Jack, and he headed for the monkey bars. Watch me climb to the top, he called. She didn't hear you, Mickey told him, climbing behind him. The baby was crying. Who cares, said Jack, stepping hard on Mickey's hand. You're not my friend anymore, said Mickey. Ask me if I care, said Jack. You used to be a mouse, said Mickey, and now you've turned into a great big rat. Jack gave him a shove, saying, Don't call me a rat. I saw that, said his mother, and she took him home. A few days later, Mickey announced to his family, I need more cookies in my lunchbox, please. 3 cookies is plenty, Mama said to Mickey. Plus a sandwich and an apple, Papa added. He throws the apple away, said Jenna, and Mickey glared at her. No more cookies, Mama said, and the subject was closed. The next day at lunch in the school cafeteria, Mickey took a peanut butter sandwich, 3 chocolate chip cookies, a juice box, and a container of applesauce out of his lunchbox. He put his arms around his food as if he were making a fort and ate his lunch very carefully. Jack reached over and grabbed the bag of cookies. Tell anybody and I'll deck you, he said. Peanut butter stuck to the roof of Mickey's mouth. He wanted his cookies back, but the words stuck in his throat too. I'm glad I ate my cookies already, said Jessica. Maybe you should tell the teacher about Jack, said Long John. He's bigger than I am, Mickey answered. After lunch, the children returned to their classrooms. Jack's seat stayed empty, which made Mickey happy. Maybe Jack had gotten sick from eating too many cookies. Maybe he was moving to another town, or another state, or country, or planet. Just as Miss Pringle began writing on the blackboard, Jack slid into his seat. He leaned toward Mickey, stuck his hand inside Mickey's desk, and found his pencil with the dinosaur eraser. Then he broke it in half. That's for calling me a rat, he said, putting the pieces on Mickey's desk. Wow, her name's Miss Pringle, just like mine. On Sunday, Mickey helped Papa in the garden. There's a bully at school, and his name is Jack, he told his father. He used to be my friend, but now he eats my cookies and breaks my pencils in half. Maybe if you use your brave words, said Papa, putting the watering can down. Practice saying, I don't like that, or stop, you're hurting me. I don't like that, Mickey said loudly. That's right, said Papa. Stand your ground. In my experience, most bullies are cowards. Then he began to water the geraniums. I wonder what's going to happen next. The next day, Mickey hid his cookies in his pocket. As he walked down the aisle of the cafeteria, his lunchbox in his hand, someone stuck a foot out in front of him. Down went Mickey, and up went the lunchbox, snapping open in midair. His juice box went flying, and his sandwich followed, which Jessica stepped on by mistake. The applesauce container rolled a few tables back. If he called for help, was he using his brave words? Mickey stared at Jack. He didn't look like a coward. Jack stared back at Mickey. Jack didn't act like one either. Mickey sat down as far away from Jack as he could possibly get. It was hard to stand your ground when your juice box was crushed and your sandwich was squished and your applesauce container was underneath another table. No thanks, said Mickey when Jessica offered to him a sandwich. He didn't like bologna anyway. On the weekend, Mama took Mickey to see a movie about bugs. The lights went down. They sat waiting in the dark. Do you remember Jack? Mickey whispered to his mother. We used to be friends, and now he eats my cookies and he trips me in the lunchroom. If I were a bug, he'd squash me. Didn't Jack's mother have a baby? Mama whispered. Maybe that's why he's acting that way. Jack isn't the only child anymore. When you were born, your sister didn't like it. She wheeled you down the street and tried to give you to a neighbor. Really, said Mickey. Really, said Mama. Have you ever heard the saying, love thine enemy? No, said Mickey. What does it mean? It means, said Mama, that you might try being nice to him. Mickey started to say he already gets to eat my cookies, but the movie had begun. On Monday, the class took a bus to the museum. Mickey sat beside Long John, and they played the alphabet game, using signs along the road. When they parked at the museum, they had only reached the letter C. There was a tap on Mickey's shoulder. C for cap, said Jack, taking Mickey's baseball cap and tossing it across the aisle. Kyle caught the cap and threw it to Billy. Billy threw the hat as if it were a boomerang. It hit the teacher on the head. The owner of this has no recess tomorrow, said Miss Pringle, and I keep the cap. It's hard to love your enemies, said Mickey to Long John. I couldn't do it, said Long John to Mickey. Mickey and Jenna played ball that afternoon. Mickey dropped the ball for the 14th time. The sun got in my eyes, he explained to Jenna. Where's your hat, said Jenna, and Mickey told her about Jack. Mama says I should try being nice to him. Papa says that most bullies are cowards. I say Jack is ruining my day. Stick with Mama, Jenna said. Bring him more cookies. The next day at lunch, Mickey pushed a bag of chocolate chip cookies down the long table until they got to Jack. Jack ate the cookies without saying a word. Back in the classroom, Miss Pringle returned the children's homework. She handed Jack his paper saying, I liked your story about your baby sister and your dog. Everybody turned to look at Jack. It really happened, said Jack, smiling, and there were brand new braces on his big white teeth. Track mouth, cried a voice from the back of the room. Track mouth, Jack, said someone at the front. That's enough, said Miss Pringle. They look very nice. They're such a pretty blue. Jack's face got red, and he scrunched down in his seat as if he were a turtle. I think braces are cool, don't you? In the hallway after class, Mickey said to Jack, Blue's my favorite color. Mine too, said Jack in a very low voice. That's why I picked it. What's your story about? Asked Mickey. I made my baby sister laugh for the very first time since she was born. How? Said Mickey. I taught my dog to dance. Jack smiled once more so that his blue braces flashed. When I was born, said Mickey, my sister wanted to give me away to the neighbor. No kidding, said Jack, and they started to laugh and didn't stop until a teacher shushed them. At home after dinner, Mickey asked Mama if he could play at Jack's the next day. Jack's going to show me how he taught his dog to dance. Jack the bully? Were you nice to him? Said Mama. Did you use your brave words? Papa asked. Did you bring him more cookies? Jenna wanted to know. I tried everything, Mickey told him. Then I made him laugh. Bully for you. I never thought of that, said Papa. Bully for you, said Jenna and Mama. Bully for me, said Mickey loudly, which made the four of them laugh for the longest time. The end. Here's some cookies. That was a great story. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. See you next time.